Okay, so we got our steel strap all nice and soft, and I've made an outline of the knife we're going to build. Now this was the first one I made, and you can see that the blade's a little too big and the handle's a little too small, so I made a second one, and I made the blade a little smaller, and I made the handle a little bigger. Ergonomically, I think that's going to be okay. Some features of this blade is there's going to be an area back in here for mushrooming. That's when you're around the campfire and you want to make some kindling wood. And I'm not sure of the bevel I'm going to put on here. It may be full, it may be 3/4, and I might play with some temper lines on here as well. So we'll see. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get rid of that. We're not going to use it. I've got my nice sharp Sharpie, and we're going to outline this carefully. Okay, actually I was going to descale this first, but maybe I guess I'll do that after. I think it's probably a good idea to descale it first. This makes a better line. Now this doesn't have to be too exact, just if you're going to do a lot of filing and shaping and a lot of extra work on here. So we're going for just a rough outline. Okay. And then we'll come around the back side here. And we got the point pretty good. I'll come this way, it works a little better. I think the top of the blade up in here, this is 3/16 inch steel, so it's fairly thick. I'll notch the top of that so you can hold your thumb there and it won't slip. I was going to put a rope cutter. I was going to cut another little groove out in here for cutting ropes and things, but I think I'm getting a little ambitious for my first knife, so decided to skip that on this one. Okay, good. And come around the bottom here. Yeah, maybe descaling it after I cut out the blade shape might be a little easier because there'll be less to do. Okay, I think we got that. Alright, pull this off. And there you have it. Okay. Alright, now the grunt works on. I decided to cut some holes in the tang section here so that instead of putting it in the vise to work on the blade, I can screw it to the table, my workbench, and that'll hold it secure and everything will be a little easier to get at. So let's mark these holes. Right there. I'm using a hammer with this punch because it doesn't work anymore. And there, and then look at that little extra. We're also going to put another hole back here for a lanyard. It'll be a little bigger than these two, but think that'll be all right. Let's just see how that lines up. Alright, that's pretty close. Okay, let's go. We got our strap in the vise. Hole number one. And hole number two. Okay, that felt pretty good. That felt like that steel was pretty soft. So, well, I guess those don't exactly line up. But okay, well, I wanted to mount the blade some way differently than in my vise, and that's why I drilled the 2 holes in the handle. But I didn't want to put holes in my workbench, so I mounted this piece of wood on here, clamped it, and then I screwed the blade into that. Also, we're going to start cutting relief lines here. Basically, I'm going to hacksaw this out, but that's a little too much work, so I put some lines of relief. I don't know if you can see them, but these pencil lines that I put in right here. And what that'll do is, the problem with the hacksaw is it's a little hard sometimes to follow a curve. So instead of a curving cut with the hacksaw, it'll just be a series of small cuts. So first, we're going to cut these holes in here, cut these lines of relief out. I'm going to wear my little face shield because I kind of cobbled this together, so I don't really know if it's going to explode or go flying or what. Let's see what happens. We'll start from over here. Okay, that worked pretty good. Okay, this is why when you go somewhere and you buy a nice knife, this is why you pay so much, because this is all the work right here. pretty good looking rough edge there. Okay, we're going to put the relief marks on this side. We'll cut this side of the blade out. Not as nice as I would have liked it, but hey, first time, good enough. I already see a couple of things I'll do different the next time. Okay, time for a little break.